Hey, everybody. This is just more of a recap for the campaign for those of us who are going to be new this week or in the coming weeks. We've got two people, maybe three, but probably two, that are going to be joining the Pelor campaign. Duncan Campbell from Harsh's group is going to be coming over and joining when he can on Wednesdays. And then a friend of mine, Brian Saladay, who maybe some people know, I'm not sure, is going to be joining us for some sessions as well. I think Duncan and Brian are going to be intermittent players, so they probably won't be with us every week, but the more the merrier and all that. So mainly what I wanted to do in this is just recap where we are in the campaign so far. So first of all, the campaign is set in a continent called Pelor. There are several city-states of various races that are kind of governing the entire continent. Right now, we're focused on one such city-state named Tardis. Tardis is a human city. It is probably the most powerful human city. They certainly they have a strong military, they have a strong government, and they have been recently expanding their territory into even some of the neighboring city-states territories. That has been fueled by the fact that the Tartan government has started discovering these sort of ancient relics on their land and using those relics to gain more prosperity, more land, more control. In some cases, the relics have been put to sort of noble causes, in some cases, maybe less than noble causes. The heroes started out on the road to Tardis. We met and got together, stayed at an inn, had a little bit of a character building session, and then actually arrived in Tardis proper, where you began to notice the formation of factions within not the team, but the local population. There were pennants and banners and wraps and scars and belts of different colors. And as you later found out, those colors represented a support for a particular faction within the Tartan government. Orange was in support of the prince, purple in support of the princess, and white in support of the chancellor, mainly because the king of Tardis is extremely unpopular at the moment due to the fact that all the money has been going to finding and purchasing these relics and expanding the kingdom rather than paying for things that the citizenry needs. And so there's been very heavy taxes laid on the farmers and tradesmen. So there's a lot of turmoil right now. And there's rumors that the king is going to abdicate the throne to avoid violence and bloodshed. But with as many factions there are, it may be inevitable. Each character has their own tie-in to the city. And I won't go through each one individually here, but each person has kind of their own reason for being in Tardis at the moment. The group actually managed to acquire one of the relics from the body of a member of the Steel Oath who you were traveling with, and there was an ambush, and the Steel Oath members were killed. The Steel Oath is the Adventurers Guild in Tardis. The group found one of the relics on the body of one of the slain Steel Oath members and now carry it with them, which, as we've also come to find out, is technically illegal. Not being a member of the Steel Oath, you're not supposed to have the relics. And so, fortunately, so far, nobody's noticed. Upon entering the city, there was an encounter with a member of the Crimson Razor, which is an underground group that is... Well, we don't really know what they're necessarily about, but they are very interested in the relics and even often offer to purchase any relics that the group may find rather than having the group return the relics to the Steel Oath, the Adventurers Guild, who are the only people contracted to find and acquire the relics. The Crimson Razor may have attempted to take the relic by force in an ambush late at night at one of the inns. The group managed to survive and fight off their attackers and then actually track down the source of the attacks to maybe the Crimson Razor hideout down in the sewers of Tardis. So the group traveled down into the sewers, had a run-in with some were-rats, and some spiders, a few other things, and then found their way into the Crimson Razor headquarters, which actually turned out to be more of like a small city in itself, a town underneath where people are hiding out. You guys spent, at the end of the last session, spent the week scouting out where you could. You managed to blend in well enough. They're kind of just common folk walking around. There was no real organization to it. And you spent the week scouting out guard posts and building locations and trying to get an idea of the lay of the land before you really committed to any plan of action. And that's where we have really left off. So this week we may be joined by, I think we will be joined by Duncan. We will probably be joined by Brian. And then going forward, they will probably not be here every week, but I think there's lots of people who aren't going to be here every week. So I've rewritten a little bit of the story, and I'm still in the process of doing that to kind of accommodate for the fact that it's going to be summer and there's going to be a lot of people coming and going. So we're going to try and make the story flow as best we can, but as much information as you can bring about your character and the things that you've been thinking about, I will do my best to respond and add those things into the campaign. At any rate, I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you guys Wednesday.